Hello my rays of sunshine! I'm Tristan Ray and you found my channel, Rays Reads. Okay, so it's been a long time since I sat down and made a video, and I'm completely 100% to blame for that. But you see, here's the thing. College is hard and it's time consuming, and when you're an English major, you're doing a lot of reading or writing, and like I work too, and I'm involved in a lot of organizations and stuff, and so I'm just really at like, I haven't read for pleasure since classes started in January. I haven't written anything since classes started in January. I haven't filmed any videos. Actually, I think that's wrong. I think I did film one because Savvy tagged me, and she tagged me 2 more times, and I promise I'm gonna get on filming those videos as soon as I can, but no promises when that will be. It's just crazy. Like, this is a writing video? Okay, I didn't say that. This is a writing chronicle video. Writing Chronicle 2, because I haven't been doing much writing since then, but I have been. Okay, so my freshman year of college, right after I finished the first draft of the novel that I'm working on, I started going to this writing group that my university has called the Writing Circle, and I was workshopping it there, and there was a lot of people going, and then because of my work schedule, I had to stop going. But this semester, my work schedule allows me to go, like my times and stuff allow me to go to this writing group. And so I've been going. I haven't been contributing anything yet. I've just been listening and giving feedback and hearing what everyone else has written and stuff. And it's a lot of fun. I initially started going with the intention of like building up these relationships so I could ask someone there like, hey, so like I have this novel and I've gone through my first round of like editing it, but I really need someone to like, I need an outside opinion. Like, so last night I watched Christine from Poem Bananas Books, her newest writing video about her second book that she's writing. Watching her videos just really inspires me, and so I was like, yes. Last night it's like 10:30 and I'm like, I don't stay up late very much because I need sleep, otherwise I'm a brat. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna write. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing. I'm feeling the editing, I'm feeling the vibes, like let's just do it. Okay, Tristan, you can do this. So I did. I edited a whole like section. I was like, okay, now it's 11:30 and I'm so tired and I cannot function, so I'm going to bed. So I went to bed and I got up this morning and I was like, you know what, let's just keep on this train. So I've seen every video in Christine's whole entire writing chronicles. So I just started over from the beginning and I was watching it this morning and I was like, okay, you haven't done anything with booktube for a while, which is a whole separate topic, and I'll be making a whole separate booktube talk video later to update you guys on my booktubing processes. I was like, okay, just sit down and make a writing video. You worked on it a little bit last night. You've been going to the writing group. So I've been going to this writing group, and I really need people I need outside opinions. I need other people to read it and tell me like, this is working, this is not working, you need to change this is awesome. Like, I need those kinds of things, but I don't know who to send it to, because the thing about the writing group is, okay, so I need some advice. Booktube/AuthorTube. The people in this writing group mostly write fantasy, other, like, they do a lot of world building, like knights and very Lord of the Rings-ish stuff, which I love. Like, I love Lord of the Rings and I love reading them and I love the movies and stuff. And I love reading my friends in the writing groups work and giving feedback and stuff, but I'm just like, I think I can give feedback on that kind of stuff because I read that kind of stuff also. Like, I enjoy reading that kind of stuff. I know about that kind of stuff. I know about those things, but none of them read the kind of work that I am writing. And so I'm like, I know I could probably give them my book and get their opinions and stuff, but I'm also like, it would probably just be like, well, this isn't really my style of book, but this seems to be working. And I just really feel like it, when I get people who are gonna like help me start really editing it and making it better, I need people who read this genre of like YA, relationships, stuff like that. Like, I feel like I need those kinds of people reading my book, and I just don't know who to ask, because I have a friend who encouraged me to get back on this book. I think I mentioned her in the last video, and I feel like I really want to ask her. There's like a whole list of people that I really want to ask, but because of what I talked about at the beginning about the time commitment of our major, I'm like, I don't want to ask them, because I know that when we have free time as English majors, the last thing we want to do is help our friends edit things. Do you see this giant stack of books right here? That's not even all of them. Some of them are over here on my desk, and some of them are in my backpack over there. That's just the books for this semester. Just the books for this semester. This is what happens when you're in multiple upper-level English courses, and like, I love reading and stuff, but if you're a person who loves reading classics and stuff, like, power to you. I also love those things, but I don't like being told to read them. Like, if I'm gonna sit down and read The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton, I want to, like, just sit down with a cup of coffee and read it at my own pace and enjoy it and then set it down. But no, I'm reading it and I'm going to go discuss it in class. I'm probably going to write a paper over it. And so, because of all this stuff, like, I'm already, like, I get up at 7 o'clock to go to work, and then I go to class all day long, or I go substitute teach all day long, and then I get off and I have meetings and clubs and organizations or more work, and then I have homework. Like, not only am I in 4 in-class classes, I'm in 4 online classes too. I just am always doing homework and stuff, and I have no time for anything. I don't have time for reading, I don't have time for writing, I don't have time for social life. This is my boyfriend. Today is my boyfriend and I's 1 year of, like, being together officially and stuff. I probably won't see him until, like, 10:30 tonight, because I'm going to go to work. Like, he's at work right now, and I have to be at work at 10:45. It's 9:02 right now. Life is just crazy, and this is another book too. I need your advice on something else. How in the world do we find time to do this kind of stuff? Like, specifically talking about AuthorTube right now, because I make a whole separate video for booktubing. Writing. How do you make time? Like, I know that they say, like, sit down for an hour a day at least and write or work on your writing, and I'm like, okay, like, that's fine in theory, but like there are so many people who are like, you just have to work out for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, okay, well, where do you find the time? How in that time? Okay, so now I'm like, I need sleep. Otherwise, I am a brat. Like, I just own that. Like, if I don't go to bed at a decent time, like, I would prefer to be in bed by like 10:30, so I can sleep and get a full night's sleep. Otherwise, I am a brat the whole next day. I wake up and I have a bad attitude. No one wants to put up with me. No amount of coffee can make me optimistic. I'm a relatively optimistic person, but if I don't get my sleep, don't even try to talk to me. Don't even try to talk to me, because I'm a brat. Like, I'll be sarcastic and snotty and short, and I'm just not very nice when I don't sleep a lot. Like, I wish I wasn't that way, but I don't know how to fix it. If I'm tired, like, some people get really hangry when they're hungry. I'm not really a hangry kind of person, but I'm a slangry kind of person. If I'm sleepy, you bet your bottom dollar I'm angry too. Along the lines of, like, actually writing and editing, I have been doing some work, I guess, since I filmed the last video. And I mostly have, so, like, I restructured, I think I told you I was going to have to restructure a lot, and change a lot of big scenes and move stuff around. So I did that. I was able to complete those, like, big plot restructures and stuff. And I did it because, I'm just going to go ahead and show you this. You won't be able to see any of it really, I don't think, but after I finished writing the first draft, I knew right away, I was like, this needs some finagling. And so I wrote out each scene, and then I cut them out in little strips, and then I reordered them. This giant, so, like, this is, like, all of the scenes taped out, and this is, like, all of my edits and commentary, and, like, add this, and then, like, these are all of the scenes that I was like, take those out, you don't need those are irrelevant. So I did that, and then I also have, like, the printed out first draft. Like, this is a super ugly, super nasty, horrible grammatically, but this is it. It's not, like, I'm like, it should be so much bigger than that, but it's 125 pages, it's about 68,000 words, right now, as of last night it was. I'm just like, I watch Christine's videos, and I'm like, she has, like, hundreds of thousands of words, and I'm like, okay, but she had to spend so much time cutting stuff down. Maybe I'm doing a good thing by not having that much, but I'm also like, okay, but she carved it down, and she was able to have, like, what she really needed in there, so I'm concerned that I'm, like, missing stuff, and that I have things that I don't need in here. I don't know, though. These are, like, just little notes and stuff that I had for it. And then my last thing to show you is that I keep track, because I do a lot of short story writing. I've been published a couple times in some literary journals. I presented at lots of conferences reading my short story work and stuff. So I have a lot of characters going on, and then I'm, like, in this whole novel world, and I need to keep them figured out. So I have these, like, story notes, I call them, and it's like the character's name and their age and their nicknames and how they're related to some people. So I just have like all of these for every short story. So when I'm naming people, I can go through everything and like, oh, this is an outline for a different story that I was going to write when I was in high school. And this is the notes for the actual novel. So if you can zoom in and you can see my character names. There's also characters in here that don't even exist in the book anymore. So that's wonderful. So yeah, that's how I keep my characters straight. Just so I don't reuse names and stuff, because I feel like that would be so weird if I had a short story and the character's name was Mary, and then in another short story I had another character named Mary, and people will be like, well, but is that the same character? But no, I'm just an idiot who couldn't remember to use different names. So I keep track of them there. I thought you guys might like to see that. So I took that, I did all of the restructuring, I copy and pasted all the different chunks into the new orders that I wanted them to be in. And now I've been going through, I'm a little over halfway through the editing process, like just going through. And at first I was like getting really irritated, and I was like putting in commas and like fixing the grammar, and I was like, this is ridiculous. I also wrote it like 3 years ago, and I was like, this is ridiculous, this is not what I'm doing right now, like I can fix, like this is all detail stuff that can be fixed later, like I don't even want to worry about it right now. So I started just looking for big picture stuff and like sentences and like paragraphs, like does this fit, does this describe it the way I want it to be described? And last night I was just really like I was like, towards the end I was like, I'm just essentially reading this, I don't know, I need an outside opinion. And I just don't know what to do. Do I send it to like my family members who don't know anything about writing? They don't write. Do I send it to my English major friends? Do I ask them and like twist their arm and make them feel obligated to say that they'll edit it? Because I don't want to do that either. Like I really think I just need an outside opinion. This has been my baby for so long. I'm at a loss now. And that was my whole intention of getting into the writing circle, was so that I could like have people who like, but they just don't write, like no people in that group write in my genre, and I'm just like I know their feedback would be good. I don't know if it would make a difference that they don't write in that genre. Like I have no idea, and I don't know. I need someone to read it and help me look at it. I need to set a fresh eyes on the project. I also, this was kind of interesting, as I was going through the re-edit and stuff, like the restructuring, I was like, initially when I wrote it, this was the story I was trying to tell. It was very like, I knew the story that I wanted to tell. But now as I'm like, was going through the restructure and stuff, and like now as I'm reading it more, I'm kind of like, maybe this is the story I want to tell. I mean, I was telling the story of these two main characters, and I was telling their story in conjunction with like the side characters' stories. But I'm like, I kind of am thinking that I don't really want to tell the two main character stories. I think I want to tell the main character and the side character stories. Like I think that's the story that I'm actually trying to tell underneath of this main story. And I know that's kind of like gutsy to do, but I think that's what I want to do. I think I want to like work it so that the story like seems like it's about this main thing, but it's actually about this other thing. I just feel like in my short stories, I am usually just very straightforward, like I just tell it how it is and stuff. But I've been reading a lot of like Donald Barthelme's work and stuff, and I'm just like, I really like the underlying like, yeah, this is what you see on the surface, and this is awesome and cool too. But like, that's not really what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you this thing over here. Make you dig and work for it a little bit. And I think it's just really fun. Like as a reader, it's really exhilarating to be like, oh yeah, this is a really awesome story about a balloon floating through the city. But no, it's actually about like our incessant need to find meaning, and like I just really like that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I realized like I was kind of doing it without realizing I was doing it, and then I was like, oh, well, actually, see, this is why I need someone to come and edit my thing. I need outside opinions. Okay, so I'm gonna share a song on my writing playlist, and this was for one particular scene that I just had this song going over and 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 over as I was editing it, because I was like, I just am not in the right headspace to be editing this part right now. So I listened to the song a couple times, and it really set me up for what I needed. It also kind of reminded me of high school a little bit, because the song came out when I was in high school. My best friend, I listened to it all the time. So It was kind of awesome. I'm Tristan Ray, and you found my channel, Ray's Reads.